Hello, I'm Gary Haynes. I'm a partner with RSM UK and I lead the UK Germany desk for the firm, overseeing the flow of business between our UK and German firms. Um, this is the latest in our UK to global series, giving UK middle market business insight into international expansion and business growth. I'm really delighted today to be joined by Carsten Lay, a partner in our German firm, who oversees the flow of business from Germany into the UK and vice versa. Carsten, welcome.
Thank you.
So I think we'll start with our first question, Carsten, for today, which might be an obvious one. But what has been the impact in Germany of the UK leaving the EU?
Well, yeah, thank you, Gary. Yeah, that's a significant impact as we know already with the numbers from 2021. So trade has been declined between the UK and Germany about 4%, whereas Germany, with the other top 10 trading partners, had significantly increased in trading in 2021 to the extent we have the numbers already available. So, in more detail, I think it is the UK mainly that felt a bit short as trading partner for Germany, and is now at number 10 of 10. And there was an import from the UK to Germany, reduction by 8% last year, whereas the exports may not be as hit as the import from Germany to the UK, which dropped by 2 to 3%. That's still Germany remains as the second largest trading partner for the UK, but overall we don't see the same energy and the same flow of goods and services as we saw before Brexit.
Yeah, so that's interesting, isn't it? So what you're saying is that the UK is still importing into the UK and buying from Germany, but there's been a drop on the other side. And I wonder if that's just about Brexit or whether there's something else within that data which is leading to that differential, that sort of larger drop off in Germany buying UK services compared to the UK buying German goods.
Well, I mean, we still don't know how much is Brexit and how much is a COVID impact for 2021, and probably might not be 100% sure if we can see that in 2022. But there is a significant difference between Germany and the UK, and that can be seen here. By far, is the UK more service-orientated environment than Germany. So a lot of goods are still imported, but a lot of services are now be provided by UK companies, but not out of the UK, but out of new entities which have been implemented in continental Europe. So we saw last year a huge investment of UK companies into continental Europe, especially the Netherlands and Germany. And from overall, there are nearly 8% of the direct investments came last year from the UK. So I would say a lot of services are now provided by UK owned companies, but the company who is providing the service itself is then located in continental Europe, like in Germany.
Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it? So it's easier for a UK company, I think you're saying, if they have an entity in Europe to then provide the services into Europe from a local location rather than providing it from the UK. So that would account for the drop of direct buying from the UK. So. And I think what you're saying is, therefore, more companies are looking to set up an entity in Europe, perhaps in Germany, and I suspect many of our clients might be thinking of doing the same. So what are the barriers to doing business between the UK and Germany, especially for middle market businesses?
Well, if we look at it from a German side, with the strong import of goods, of course, the new formalities in terms of customs, in terms of VAT, controls and registrations, quality and product controls have been increased significantly, and that makes it difficult for companies to do to import and export goods from the UK to continental Europe and vice versa. And I hope that we see in the near future some relief and simplifications of this process to get back to the numbers we've seen before Brexit and before COVID.
So, I mean, so if you do have a UK business that wants to do business in Germany, what are the kind of practical things that they need to be thinking about in order to trade better in Germany?
Well, if a company decides to open a business in Germany, the first question is what will be the legal form? Will it be a branch or more specific a subsidiary, a partnership, or a corporation? How long does it take to open such legal form like a corporation? Takes a few weeks. It's not as efficient as in the UK to open a limited, but you can also use dormant companies. That works faster, and then. You need to get the people over or to find new people to provide the service or the business that you tend now to do here from Germany, and then you can start running and work it out here. Yeah.
So, and I think, a lot of the times in terms of structuring what kind of entity you want in the local country in Germany, tax will be a consideration. We happen to be two tax partners here, Carsten, on this call, so we should touch, I suppose, briefly on tax. So, when you're looking at structuring and setting up in Germany, clearly there must be issues around withholding tax. How do you repatriate profits, and what kind of structure might be best for that? What are your thoughts around that?
Well, I don't want to get too technical, but yes, I mean, historically, the UK as a member of the European Union was benefiting from the so-called parent subsidiary directive. That's in simple terms says no withholding tax on dividends when distributed within the European Union. That directive is not applicable anymore. Therefore, the UK fell back to the double tax treaty between Germany and the UK, and every dividend distribution from a German corporation to the UK um, would consequently have a 5% withholding tax rate for Germany, and that 5% is simply gone. So it's a question how to structure around it. Do you use a partnership instead where no withholding tax occurs? Do you have probably another entity within the European Union in the group, which could be used as the holding of the German entity rather than the UK? So all these sorts are relevant, and of course supply chain structuring, especially for VAT purposes and for transfer pricing purposes. So there are a lot of framing from a tax perspective around this kind of investments, but it's all doable. And we see, as I said before, a lot of companies having set up new entities here in Germany last year.
Yeah, but it does sound like there's a little bit more thought that needs to go into the structure that you use in Germany, and there are some complexities around now compared to prior to Brexit. I mean, I don't know what your thoughts are as a final question, perhaps, Carsten, and from a German perspective. I wonder whether you have a view on how the UK and e-business relations will unfold over the next few years ahead. There does still seem to be, as we just just discussed, a few hurdles that need to be overcome, a little bit more thought that needs to be put into the structuring, thinking about tax, probably about employment law, and all about the other kind of things that you need to think about. Um, do we see that just continuing in that current state, or what's your thoughts on how the EU and the UK will continue to work together?
Well, that's a good, very important question because the strong relationships will remain, and I think simplifications, especially on the processes, are necessary over the next years. We have to leave it with the politicians, but at the end, if I have a wish list, then I would say it would be good to have a trade agreement, a tailor-made trade agreement that reflects the special relationships and also the fact that the UK is just in the direct neighborhood, and that trade is so important between continental Europe and Germany. So a proper trade agreement would be very much welcomed.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. Thank you, Carson. Carson, thank you for your time today. That's been great. Very, very insightful view from the German side of doing business with UK firms. Thank you.
Thank you for having me here. Thank you.